What's up, guys? Time Jim here, and I'm here back with the Young Justice My Thoughts video. Um, as with the previous video with the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I'll be doing my sort of synopsis and what I liked about the series and what I thought were some minor gripes about the series. So, and what could have been done to sort of give them the another season of season 3. So, Young Justice, man, Young Justice is really good. It's really, really good. It has a very big fan following. If you case you haven't noticed, there's a really big fan following with this series. There's a lot of petitions going on with bringing this show back, and it's still ongoing, and people are still trying to fight it and stuff like that. So people are still trying to make this another season happen, season 3 happen. The first season was good, but it had its issues. Mainly, there was sort of this thing that I didn't really get. It's supposed to be a thing, versus the sidekicks, quote unquote, the sidekicks. You're not supposed to call them sidekicks, but the sidekicks, the younger proteges, as they say, and the adults, the senior members of the Justice League and stuff like that. There was to me, it was supposed to be like the main proteges and the main, I guess you could say the big three and the main cast of Young Justice. I guess there's supposed to be a dynamic between them. We never got to see Wonder Girl in the first season, which is weird because DC is always bringing up the big three over and over and over again, in their comics and other type of media and stuff like that, and we don't see this here. And that was my biggest issue, is that we see Robin, we see Superboy, but we didn't get to see Wonder Girl, which is a real shame. I think that the whole big three dynamic and stuff like that, they could have gone really far with that. But the first season was pretty solid, though. It did have its teen dynamics and stuff like that. It did have its issues with dealing with the team leader and dealing with the team and stuff like this, and it was really good. They had their issues with the light and this and that, trying to find out this big mystery, who was the light and stuff like that. So I really like season 1. Season 1 was good, really good, but season 2 is where it's at. Season 2, I believe, was the better season because now they brought in a bunch of other junior leaders. This is the season where they brought in Wonder Girl, they brought in Babs, Batgirl, they brought in Blue Beetle. But the issue I have with season 2 was with Blue Beetle. They did sort of focus the storyline, the majority half of season 2, last half of season 2. They focused a lot on Blue Beetle, and I mean, Blue Beetle's a cool character and all, but I personally, I'm not a DC fan, but I don't see Blue Beetle as a major character in the DC universe. I honestly think they could have gone another direction, but that's my opinion. But nonetheless, they made it work, and season 2 was awesome. They had a lot of things going on with the reach and this and that, and they still had problems with the light. And there was a lot more serious tone to it. There's a lot of things going on between Connor and Megan. Relationship issues. It dealt with a lot of more mature issues in season 2 than it did season 1. Season 1 was more lighthearted. Season 2 was a lot darker. It was a lot darker. Um, and dealt with losing appendages, time lost, addiction. I didn't really say addiction, but there, with the case with Red Arrow, or what's he called? What does he call himself? He doesn't call himself. Well, he calls himself Red Arrow, but the clone Roy Harper. You could tell it was the a good homage to the addicted Roy Harper being addicted storyline that happened in Green Arrow, Green Lantern, way back then, way back in, I think it was the 70s or 60s. I don't remember. Anyway, the animation was really good in this. Like I said, I preferred this style of animation over the Earth's Mightiest Heroes animation. It just seemed more streamlined, seemed more realistic. I just really like the animation style in this. It just it grew. I mean, right when I looked at it, I was like, man, I like this animation. This is really good. The voice acting in this was good. It was good. We have the guy who plays Robin in this was he's not the Robin from the Teen Titans, but he does the job fairly well. And with Nightwing, when he transitions into Nightwing, you can't really tell the difference. There's a subtle difference, but to me, you can't really tell. Which is which. Let's see. Artemis's character was good. Aqualads was good. I really like him. You may recognize him for being the voice actor for Cyborg in Teen Titans, which is kind of cool because that way you kind of bridge that thing there. Oh, Teen Titans and Justice. Well, yeah, I get that. That's cool. See. Superboy's voice actor is the same voice actor that does Deadpool in the Marvel vs. Capcom video game, and Hulk versus. So and his name escapes me right now, but I'm pretty sure I put an annotation up once pops into my head. Kid Flash's was good. McGann's is, if you didn't know, McGann's actress, the voice actress for McGann, is Winnie Cooper from the Wonder Years. So that was awesome when I found out. Oh, dude, I used to watch that show when I was little. That's awesome. Kid Flashes was good. I really like Kid Flashes. See, we do see a lot of villains in this. A ton of villains. We see Joker. We see Black Adam. We see Carrion the Witch Boy. See Lex Luthor. Mongol. Vandal Savage. Ra's al Ghul. Man, there were so many villains in this. Captain Cold, Killer Frost, all these really big time villains. Let's see what else. Black Manta, Deathstroke. Deathstroke was awesome. They did Deathstroke right on this one. Yeah, this series was good. Now, like I said, this show has its flaws, mainly with the gap between the years and stuff like that. I think that could have been handled a lot better. Even though they sort of worked their way around it, I think they could have done that better, because when you jump from season 1 to season 2, you're kind of like, what the heck happened here? And you kind of get lost for a little bit, and then they explain it. But I don't think they should explain that. I don't think they should have to tell you what happened. Why is there a gap and stuff like that? They should have flown better, in my opinion. Let's see what else. What could they have done to save this series? What could have done to give it a season 3? In my opinion, I think they should have handled the time slots better. The way they went on hiatus and they came back, and they went on another hiatus and came back. And I think that lost a lot of interest to a lot of people, because people want consistency and stuff like that when they watch their shows. So stuff like this would have been much more appreciated. And when Cartoon Network really, they always mismanage a lot of their times with their shows and stuff like that. It's really the fault of Cartoon Network for doing that, because they had a really hit series and they had a cult following with this, and they could have had something big with this. I understand, the toy line didn't do very well, but you got to take your losses. Hey, if it's bringing ratings, you should overlook that little toy thing, and they need to forget the whole toy deal. That's another issue for another time. But yeah. The Young Justice is a solid title. It's a solid series. Where does it rank? It's great, but I would not consider it. It is one of the greatest of all time, but is it the greatest DC series of all time? I would say no, it is not. And I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm gonna say no, and here's why. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, which is pretty much, seasons 3, 4, 5, and 6 or whatever like that. It was a real big series. That series did it right. That Justice League and Justice League Unlimited did it right. They brought in quality voice actors. The animation was great. They dealt with storyline, great storylines and stuff like that. They had a lot of great villains. And it just wasn't just centered on one person all the time. It dealt with everybody else. Yeah. Young Justice is great, but it's not the greatest DC animated series in all time, in my opinion. It's still awesome, though. Both Avengers and Earth's Mighty Heroes and Young Justice are on Netflix, although Season 1 is only on Netflix for Young Justice. If you want to watch Season 2, you have to go buy and get the DVDs. So, see you guys later. Talk to you guys soon. I'll do another video soon. Bye.